Hi everyone, this is Sarah and I'm crafting and relaxing, and today I thought I'd bring us outside because the weather's great and I'm going to do a super easy project, so I wanted you to see it. And the first time you show yourself on camera probably shouldn't be after you've been working in the yard all day, but I didn't want you to miss out on this fun project, and if the video turns out bad or the dogs have a fit in the background, well then I'm not going to redo it, so you'll miss out. But maybe you'll get to see this. So the first thing that I'm going to show you is we're going to do something like this. We're going to take this teapot and plant it with plants, and it's going to be a little bit ugly duckling today, but in a couple days it'll look great. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I have some rocks right here, and I'm just going to put a handful of rocks in here. Now this teapot is a very nice teapot. It doesn't have a drainage hole. It was my mom's and the top got broken, so I took advantage of it. I do have a really nice diamond tile drill bit that I drill in the bottom of large items. For example, I drilled a hole in this one. What I have found is I do great when it's a big, thick pot or something that should have been for indoor use and I want a hole. I doubt that this teapot would turn out very well for me because I do have a pretty large hole in the bottom of this big white one. So I just decided, nah, that's okay. I don't want to break my teapot. It's too cute. So, and I like blue, right? So I'm going to put some rocks in it. You don't have to have rocks. You don't have to have specific dirt. You don't have to have anything in particular. Just use what you have. So I put a few rocks in there, and then I couldn't decide exactly where I was going to put the teapot, but I was trying to think of which plants I wanted in it. And I decided that I'm going to put it in the bus stop behind me, probably on the railing. So it'll be, it won't get as much rain in the spring and fall as other things, and I'll bring it in the winter just because I don't want it to get broken. But it gets really hot in there in the summer. So I just tried to think of what plants, oh, and I'll forget to water it, what plants would put up with that. And I wandered around my yard and looked at different succulents and things, and it's such a small pot that there's no point to run out and buy something. You can just take a divide off of something if you have a yard. If you don't, you can go to any home improvement store and look in the succulents area, and the selection is amazing. You just won't know what to do. Okay, the big dog is digging a hole. Hey, let's not do that. Thank you. Okay, so we're gonna put these, I'm gonna put a little more water. So this soil is super dry because it was actually in the shop. So I'll water this really good when I'm done. So I have these little succulent here that kind of looks like peas, little tiny ones on a vine. Now this is gonna be my main plant. I'm not sure what it's called, I can't remember, but I have it in two kinds, a very yellow kind and a greenish one, and I thought the yellow would be great with this teapot. Just nice contrast. So I'm just gonna shove it down in there, and both of these plants, when they get bigger, they'll droop and kind of sprawl, and that's what I was going for. I didn't want something that was tidy, I wanted something that would hang down, and also that isn't too delicate. With two dogs running around this yard, even if I put it on the railing, at some point somebody will be up there on the bench or something will happen, or I'll set it down and they'll bump into it. So this plant, this yellow one right here that I'm putting in, these are super forgiving, flexible, and they spread. So if you plant this in the ground in your yard, which I have in several places, it will spread. So what I did was I walked around and picked what you might call weeds to use for this. So I'm going to put some more dirt in there. I'm just going to push that down and water it a little. And the thing about gardening or planting pots or anything like that is if you don't like it, you can change it. It's kind of like putting new paint on the canvas. And there you go. So we can check on it in a week or two and see how it's doing. The weather here is still a little bit sketchy, so I might put this in the shop. But this plant, this one right here, probably not this one, does fine all year round outside. So if I left it outside on accident, it would be okay. This one might die, but then this one would still fill in and it would be nice and pretty. This one right here is more delicate, so I thought about using some of this, but if it gets bumped or if it gets too cold, it breaks off quite a bit, I've noticed. So, okay, there's my project, and it should take off and be gorgeous by the time the weather is warm enough to actually sit outside and enjoy it. So look around, see what you have. I got this at a thrift shop, and it's some kind of porcelain or ceramic, and it was very inexpensive. Like I said, this was my mom's and the top broke. Yay for me. And I have all sorts of things that I have gotten and drilled holes in the bottom, or you can just put enough rocks or prop it up or put it in an area where it's partially covered if you're worried about drainage, so it doesn't get too much water in it. Thanks so much. I hope you're having a great day and making time for something fun.